Welcome back to Raceline this week as we are enjoying an off week, but it won't be long before we go back to work. Indianapolis, followed by Pocono, and then, of course, that 17-week stretch we talked about earlier in the show, all the way to season's end at Homestead Miami Speedway. We don't get to talk much about the Nationwide Series here, but since it's an off week for the Sprint Cup Series, Jeff Taylor got some time with Chase Elliott.
Throughout the history of NASCAR, there have been a number of father and son drivers who've been very successful on the track. From the Pettys to the Jarretts to the Earnhardts. Now you can add one more to that list as Chase Elliott takes to the track in the Nationwide Series.
I mean, this is the opportunity of a lifetime, and I've said that multiple times. You know, Mr. Hendrick, you know, really without him and what he's done for me and giving me the opportunity, I don't really know where I would be right now, in all honesty. So I owe everything to him. You know, when it comes down to it, you know, he's opened up the door here for me and with Napa, and you know, obviously Kelly and Dale for what they did and letting me come over here and be a part of the organization. And I've had a great time. I really enjoy getting to know the group of guys that I've been paired with, and obviously I like to keep those guys for a long time if possible.
Being the son of NASCAR Hall of Famer Bill Elliott, you think the road would have been easy for Chase, but he's the first to tell you that's not necessarily true.
I don't put much emphasis on it. I don't think it's a big deal. In a lot of ways, you know, I mean, sure, some things are different, but, you know, if I don't get the job done on the racetrack, it really is irrelevant. I don't really care what your last name is, your granddad, uncle, dad. It really doesn't matter. If I can't go and do my job on the weekends and get the job done for my guys, and I'm not going to be around very long. That's just the way it works.
With Chase, you know, a lot of what I say is he's 18 years old, but he also has 18 years of racing experience. Not just because of his own late model stuff, but the way he was brought up with Bill and Cindy in the racing environment. He grew up understanding the sport. He's just not learning the sport today.
No, I mean, I feel like there are some things he can help with, and, you know, looking back on some races, I feel like he had a lot of great information from Road America that'll help me when I go back. And he actually spotted turn 5, which is one of the corners that's pretty critical there. So, you know, that's good to have him around. He's been able to go to all the races, and that's been good to have that feedback. And was able to do the test at Daytona earlier this year, which I thought was very helpful for our speedway efforts. And, you know, I definitely look to hopefully just try to make the most of the advice that he gives and input he gives me.
With his wins this season and his consistent performance week in and week out on the tracks, Chase Elliott now sets his sights on a Nationwide Series championship.
You know, a lot of people tell me if you would be standing here saying that to this day that you'd have 2 wins sitting third in points, you'd take it, right? You know, but we're not satisfied. We know the team is capable of more. You know, we know that we have the speed week in and week out. We know Junior Motorsports deserves to, you know, have those wins and have those points racing championships.
I think we have just as good a shot as anybody. You know, I look at the driver's points and where we're at there and the owner's points. There's a big difference right now. So I'd like